Right then folks, here we go. Transit Motorhome, Rimmer. One that, I'll be honest, I've had here, my personal one, I've had it for probably a couple of years. We haven't used it a right lot, as they don't, do they? I said when we first got it, if it doesn't go out every 6 or 8 weeks, then it's off. And it hasn't gone out at all like that, but anyway, never mind. So here we go. It seems a real reliable old thing for me. I've been all over the place in it. The few trips that we have had, we're in Edinburgh in it last weekend. Towed the car up there, did a little event, and then towed it back down again. No bother at all. The missus doesn't like travelling in it. The kids aren't really in love with it. And I just thought, well, it's maybe time to have a change. I think we'll have a smaller one, a little nimbler. We're going to be doing a few more miles with Charlie and his little car, and I think it would make sense to have a smaller one that's just a little more practical, can fit on the drive at home and things like that. This one I can get it on, but not with the trailer on. Now last weekend ran out of gas, so there is a gas bottle in there, but it's empty. Excuse me, heating works, fridge works, shower works, hot water works. All seems to be there, all seems to be okay. There's a little bit of damp on the back panel. It really wants some sealer tidying up, bits and pieces. Look, as you can see here, just bits and pieces. It's never really bothered me. Anyway, there you go. Tow bar, electrics, etc. No bother at all. The crack in the back window was in there when I got it. Still in there. Doesn't really affect it, to be honest. You see it better from inside in a minute. I put a solar panel on the roof, so that keeps things charged up. You never have to plug in. Winter time I would plug it in and just put a little convector heater in it and just put it on miser just to keep the damp out. Seemed to do its job, but that's the only time I've ever plugged in. On one site, I did go on one site and plug in once. 27,000 kilometres, look, kilometres. Done nothing. The van is near to a new one, really. Not in condition, I don't mean that, but in mileage. 6 new tyres when I bought it, so they're probably 2 years old now. New brakes all round when I bought it. Full service when I bought it. Had a clutch slave cylinder a little while back. That was a joy. Gearbox out. Put one of them in. Spare fan belt tucked in there just in case, because I renewed it. Yeah, EGR delete, etc, etc. Oiled up underneath. It was as dry as you like. Typical camper. Stood around all the time out there. They're never used. So I oiled up underneath. Gone through its last couple of MOTs straight through, no bother at all. Don't recall there being any advisories, but check it out, have a look. I can't remember. There's a bit of damp forming in this window here now. Again, that one's got a crack. It did have on the internal, that's on the inside, but it was cracked when I bought it. I put LED light bulbs round it, not all of them, but some of them, such as that outside one there, so you could leave it on all the time. As I say, it's got a solar panel on the roof, which keeps her topped up. So there you go, look, press the button, she's full again now, no problem there. Water I drained out, so that's that. So inside, it's fine, it's clean, it's tidy, it's serviceable, it's not a new one. Do not come down here thinking it is, because it isn't. There's the old charge station there, look, from the solar panel flashing away, meaning it's charging nicely. So that's good. Automatic central heating. I've never used it on auto. I turn it on, I set out you know, to what degree, what temperature, and I'll switch it off. I've never had it on all night. I don't you know, not for me. I'd rather just turn it off. Up there, nice and smart and tidy. A little tiny bit of evidence of damp up there, little bit. Been there ever since I bought it, never got any worse. I've wintered it outside, and it honestly, hand on heart, has not got any worse. So there you go. 6 seated seat belts, 2 on the back seat here, 2 facing backwards and 2 in the front. I think there's only 6, but anyway, 6 seated belts. TV in there, that all works. Just plug her in up there, 12-volt system again, so you can watch TV. And DVD player in there, put that in. Yeah, there you go. We left all the pots and pans and bits and pieces, mainly plastic of course, kicking about. So a bottle of gas, cooker, I think one of the rings, whatever you want to call them, I think one of them maybe got a blockage, didn't work very well, but the other two were fine. Water heater down there, 10 litre capacity. Look, that gets lovely and warm, that does. So that's that. I would have the bottom bunk there folded up. I use that as a workshop, for want of a better word. There's spares and tools and all the rest of it. Worst bit about it, probably in the bathroom. She's just showing her age a bit, cracking the window like I say. It's fine, it's serviceable, it's okay, but she is showing her age a little bit. Again, bit of damp up there, look, but it's a shower. Pff, who's bothered? So if you want to do something with it, help yourself. And the taps vibrated through there, look. To be fair, that finished off this weekend, that did. So really, it wouldn't hurt with a system. Cassette toilet, of course, was exactly what you would call them, but that's what I call them. Empty out from around the back there, no bother at all. All works, flush, etc. works. Bit of chemical left in the cupboard there. So there you go. So come down, have a little look. It's not the Ritz, far from it, but for us, the kids, chuck some gear in, go off, do the odd rally, bits and pieces. It was great. But as I say, we're going to be doing a few more miles this time, and I want something a bit more economical and a bit nimbler. So that's why she's for sale, and that is the only reason she's for sale. And I'm going to kick myself, aren't I? Thinking, shouldn't sell it. I'm here looking at it, doing this video, thinking, why am I doing this? Anyway, there you go. Come down and have a nosy. Thank you.